I don't care.
Really?
I was talking to someone.
I guess I've heard so many good things. I've never gotten into it. I don't know.
I played 1 and 2 and I loved them. I never bit into like the 350-second half day, whatever the fucking weird ass titles that they come up with. This shit, I never bit into those. But the main titles have been great. I'm worried that what I enjoyed in high school won't carry over to now. So they'll be like, "It's Kingdom Hearts again," and I'll be like, "This sucked."
See, I loved 1. I wasn't the biggest fan of 2. Loved 1.
Last time on D&D and Alimar. Bah, 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 bah. Our heroes ventured back further into the temple, seeking the Rakshasa prey. But it was nowhere to be found. Venturing up what appeared to be a cacophonous upwards tunnel, the party avoided the mysterious dragon voice from below. Carrying his fallen brother, Belmar struggled to make his way. The party found themselves shortly thereafter in an endless stairwell. A simple hint was all they were provided, that their sight could fool them. Taking turns, they covered their eyes. Little did they know, the vision of the others foiled their own attempts. And the party spent hours and hours marching up and down the stairwell to no avail. How would they ever escape? Finally, testing a theory, they covered their eyes one at a time and ventured off alone, only to find themselves at the doorstep of a door. Mysterious voice bid them what was their business. Frustrated and futile with all their attempts, the party broke down to insults, including "your mother," where they were greeted with an apparent surprising response that the speaker had eaten his mother. Finally conniving their way past the door, the party found the mysterious master. Not sure who or what they were speaking to, they suspected perhaps this could be the Rakshasa. However, the masked figure who greeted them seemed quite unlike the demonic foe they sought, and in fact, revealed himself to potentially be an ancestor of one Badger. What were they going to do next? How would they solve this puzzle? Could they escape? Could they find the Rakshasa? Would they ever stop the demon lord Nabra? Find out tonight, or in numerous sessions a month and a half, 2 months away.
Lawrence, that was just me commenting because I didn't get the answer last time. So
yeah, and you're not gonna get the answer now. Oh, were you talking to?
Yes.
Oh, I thought that was just a ping to me. I'm just like, why would I answer that?
No. That was it was directed to, yeah.
Sorry, I'm just like, why would I answer you that?
Just looking for some information on the
I'm not gonna metagame here on the side. Here's the info you're looking for. Badger was in an emotional turmoil.
Yep. Still am.
Maracus was uncertain how to feel, but not surprised at the revelation that there was a blood sacrifice necessary for the ritual. Belmar, uncertain what to do with his fallen brother. Urfer, bemused and excited at the same time, apparently, by this mysterious figure. The room itself, quite confusing, as all sorts of experimentation seemed to be going on. On you guys. Yeah, really? Really? People these days. Do we need to pull up last session to see where you were with the conversation?
I'm kind of lost, I'm not gonna lie.
He was asking a lot about current events out in the world and shooting the breeze. We had only really
The Indian Alimar, the other land, 61018, the half-breed session. After hopes of drawing some blood from you. No, you don't wish to see your family then, child. Anywho, if that's not on your list, what drove you into such an ambitious stumble such as I presented? Brings you here? Interesting. And which of you is to cast and sacrifice? Reclaimants and Damaris. Yes, we were updating him on past events that were going on in the world at large.
I got a twig just in case I find a bitch red dragon.
That's right.
Most unusual. They're rather ordered for what they are. Not good bird of theirs, like.
I'm very reserved. My character is like exploding at the seams, but I'm very nervous based on everything.
I'm just trying to get information.
What's our sub called? Which is why, like, I want to make reference to the fact that my badger just seems to be.
I don't know if that was the video asking that question or you asking.
No, I'm asking that question.
Who's asking the question?
Is that what Lawrence linked?
Not true. We got Mike. Alright. Yeah, he was asking what your purpose was here, why you'd come through all of these shenanigans, and you were giving him updates on the world at large.
I think the Beholder was bringing us snacks, too.
Oh yeah, he brought you snacks over.
What are the snacks?
He brought you little finger foods that weren't actual fingers, remember?
That's right.
I'm just gonna be chowing down on finger foods. Making one of those,
Gross.
I'm pretty much gonna have this expression watching Irver eat.
Halfling needs his second breakfast.
Yeah.
What about the Evansies?
I never want to see Dave do that again.
Shake it off,
throwing
Chris.
everyone off.
Shake it off.
Shake it off.
I literally felt my stomach do a flip. Have we asked if he knew where the heart was, or we could procure one?
Nope. You mentioned briefly looking for a Rakshasa. That was it.
Yeah, and then he started talking about the dragon being chained up below, and then we called it shortly after that. He asked why we needed a heart, and you told him, and then he was like, "Oh, interesting," and then diverted.
Exactly. Almost exactly that, yeah. And he revealed to you needed a sacrifice of a pure soul or a willing soul subject. And you were like, oh fuck, I knew it!
Yeah.
This fucking dwarf.
Unless he is the Rakshasha and he's throwing us off.
Who am I?
Any ideas as to how to proceed? Because I don't have a clue. I have my suspicions, but there's nothing I can jump at.
I would throw holy water on him, but I think he's a lich, so either way.
Last time we mentioned something threatening, the party had good reason to back off due to a DM rule.
My easiest way.
I think he's a lich and he's got a beholder as a subject. You should be able to extrapolate what you think his challenge rating might be in his lair.
30 something.
You can extrapolate whatever you want from it. But just keep that in mind.
I wish I had $1 for every time Candace said, I don't know what to do from here. I'd be fucking rich.
I'd have a lot more beer around me.
Dumb as fuck. I don't know what to tell you.
No,
It's like every session we start off with, I really don't know what to do, so, and then we get rolling, and then you do great, but you like have to start the session with, I don't really know what to do here. Good luck, guys.
I was gonna say, and yet Canada is known for having like genius, quirky ideas. But he also says that
I'm a battle master. The RP thing, not my forte.
If the RP involves fire, call him.
Yes, done.
What are we gonna do here? We're gonna set the church on fire.
I'm gonna put you all on my floating disc, I'm gonna jump over and pull the disc, and we're all gonna get out of here. Shit, that was inventive. It works!
and then I'm gonna set everything on fire.
Oh, he already had set everything on fire.
Everything was on fire, and we're like, how do we get out of this?
And Chris was like, I got it.
It was tainted. It needed to be burned.
I think it was Ryan made the jump across the flame, and I was like, and then tensors.
It was an impressive solution.
Yeah, I'm surprised that you didn't grasp the Fire Lord.
I'm all goody-goody now.
Yeah, you remember that thing, Dave? That happened?
Yeah, no, I know he's celestial, but like, I'm saying Canada would have been naturally drawn. Fire Lord.
The meta character would have been all about that. I can burn more shit? Okay.
Alright. Where do I sign?
I can just live in fire and burn everything around me? Sweet.
Alright, I'm going to ask where we could procure a heart. Where could we find a heart? Of,
I've got all sorts available.
one of Rakshasha. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong again.
No, you said it sounds right.
Yeah. So do you have the heart of Rakshasha?
Perhaps. For a price, I suppose.
What do you need?
Well, since you've killed that fire cultist, he brought a bunch of gnolls they've been hanging around. Dispatch them, and perhaps I could be disposed to provide you with the heart.
I heard that it has to be fresh.
Fresh enough. One isn't likely to find a Rakshasha heart just lying about. You do understand that typically when you kill another being from another plane, such as a demon or a devil, they tend to disappear back to their own plane for rebirth.
Yes, I read that in one of my books.
Perhaps you should do a bit more reading.
The heart is kept on this plane by a series of magical machinations which keep the demonic blood flowing through it, so that the heart believes it's still born and still alive, and so the entire soul of the beast cannot be reborn upon its plane until the heart dies.
It's an interesting form of magic.
How do I do that to every beast and devil so they never be reborn?
He gives you a searching gaze up and down. You're unlikely to accomplish it.
Oh, snap!
Wouldn't it still be?
Throwing shade at you, and I love it.
Because I'm not a gnome?
Well, that certainly doesn't help your cause.
I feel like a still living Rakshasa heart, though contained, would still be troublesome.
Oh, certainly. It tries to put off the occasional aura or psychic attack, but seriously, you guard your own mind. What can it do?
If you were to give us this heart, how would we transport it?
Well, very fast, I suppose, would be the best option.
Outside of its containment, how long do you think it would last?
I could provide it an enchanted case. Would perhaps last a day or two before the beast's abilities broke free.
And we don't have to kill Rakshasa? I'm totally down, because I've been reading, and this shit is nigh unstoppable.
Rakshasa, they're hardly tough combatants. Their powers and their minions and their ability to control and manipulate.
Yeah, if you can find one.
True, that is a difficult one. Thankfully, your dead brother managed to summon one, and hence why I have one.
So we can kill some gnolls? That sounds much easier than taking out a Rakshasa.
Everybody give me a perception check at disadvantage.
Disadvantage
is a thing.
It's a good thing I've got good perception.
Yep. Although I don't think that'll help me right now.
16.
I probably need my dice.
For D&D, you can definitely do without.
Just swing wild. Guess it
From the guy who still uses a computer roller.
Dude, I bought the expensive dice. What are you on about?
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, don't you remember he got the same dice as you, like a slightly different shade?
Honestly, it looks more...
I don't know, there's a lot of shade flying all over the place right now. I can't tell anything apart.
I just remember that being a thing. Ryan was like, I got this, and Chris was like, I got that. Ryan was like, you fucking bitch.
Badger, you note as the figure seems to nod his head that he apparently is disguising that nod with a body chuckle. He's disguising a body chuckle with the nod, rather. Seeming to agree with her statement, where his body language, though difficult to read through the robes and the mask, reveal that he thinks otherwise.
He thinks otherwise about what? That is
my statement. Yeah, killing a Rakshasa is easier than killing some gnolls.
What is it about these gnolls that would make trading such a valuable item worthwhile? Surely you could deal with them on your own.
I don't like to leave my pyramid. Too much work to be done. And as you said, my clan no longer protects the temple, and so someone must. As whatever's out there has apparently failed.
I want to roll an insight to see if it's telling the truth.
I was screaming in my head, roll that sight, roll that sight.
20.
Insight. Oh yeah, because you didn't have the check. Never mind. Good call, Chris. Way to go. Way to not meta. I appreciate it. What's that?
20.
You don't catch sign of any outright lie from what he's saying. You do get the sense that he's not saying everything.
Half-truths. Nice.
So what makes these gnolls so difficult that you would be willing to trade such a valuable item then?
Yes, you definitely share some blood. Give it a small second. They're led by a Flind. They have Yunago's favor.
Who in the what now?
A what?
A Flind.
I'm sorry, I know no such being.
It's a demonically enhanced gnoll granted the favor of his deity, and Yunago is known for having excessive hunger and taste. Rather violent species. A Flind leading a warband is quite the imposing threat. Add in whatever other cursed gnolls may be with him. They are not so easily dealt with.
I'm going to knowledge religion to see if I recognize that name.
The name Yunago?
Yeah.
Okay.
I do not. I rolled 2.
Alright, if you gave me a 1, I was going to laugh and give you some bad info. I believe you dispatched some of the witherlings early on in the pyramid. Those are the result of the first few gnolls to come through.
Is it safe to assume the gnolls we encountered outside are also a follower?
If you encountered gnolls out there, perhaps. Your basic gnoll isn't much of a threat. But add the warband, add some of their vile priests, and their flesh gnawers and their hunters, add a warband chief or two, let alone whatever else they may have, and you may feel the bite of their hunger yet. But you dispatch them, which you all seem quite competent. I'm sure you'll have no problem with.
Out of curiosity, I understand you not wanting to leave, but why not send your friend over here, motioning to the beholder?
Oh, he might slip from my enchantment if he were to leave the temple. Can't have that. Hard to find a good servant. Unless, of course, you're interested in replacing his services.
No.
I'm terribly bad at following directions.
I can certainly solve that problem.
And I'm inept in almost everything I do. Just ask these fellows.
Honestly, anything you can do to fix them would be welcomed.
The masked face peers at the rest of the group. Are you offering your friend up as my new servant? For that, I will send my beholder out to deal with the gnolls, and give you the heart now.
Nah, I can't do that to him.
As Belmar moves forth, yes! Yes! Yes, we
I'm not gonna lie, even I was like, what's the harm in Dave re-rolling again?
What the fuck, guys?
Stop being a dick! You
Beholder kills all the gnolls, we get the heart and leave, and
you've
Dave's
already
character sucks, so whatever.
Urfer has already started a fight with half the group anyway.
Yeah, and then his fucking master comes after us because we pawned his fucking follower.
Yes, this is nice.
I'm just saying, Urfer didn't sound unwilling.
I'm pretty sure he does.
I failed insight, it wasn't convincing.
Just point us towards the gnolls and we'll be on our way.
Oh, well, Last scry I did had them right outside, or at least a solid warband of them.
Is there a easier way to get back here?
Well, you can either travel back through the puzzles you've already done, or you can face the rest.
What?
The rest of what?
Why, the rest of my pyramid. I'll have you out the back door, and you can deal with the puzzles on the downside.
You couldn't simply teleport us out and bring us back when we were done?
Where's the fun in that? Surely you have an adventurous spirit after all you've been through. Don't you wish to know if you're truly worthy?
I was really hoping for kind of a slide out. Maybe an elevator or something.
How disappointing.
I mean, clearly we are worthy. We've already made it here.
This is but half the trial. And you didn't even descend below to deal with the problems of the depths.
We don't have to kill the dragon, right?
Well, I should certainly hope not. That would spoil a lot of the workings. Unless, of course, you have an easy access to a few dragon eggs, as I said earlier. Well, that would certainly make my life easier. A large dragon is not the easiest thing to contain, but if I could grab a few whelps and train them up, they wouldn't know any better. Stunt their growth, their wingspan, prevent their muscles from being formed on their back so they can't fly, and it prevents a lot of the chaining I'm required to do otherwise.
And what kind of dragons are you doing this to?
Red dragons. They're
right now
evil.
I just have the red. The fire is the easiest to turn into heat and other forms of machine work.
I'm confused. Are you guys, like, not listening?
I am listening. I wanted to see who's doing it to good dragons. Because this would not bode well with Baracus, thank you.
Oh, he simply... What?
I asked what kind of dragons he was doing it to.
He's not doing it to any dragons. Yeah, he's not doing it to any dragons. He only has the red.
If someone were to bring him a fucking chromatic dragon egg, I'm sure he would.
He wouldn't give a shit. Tell you that flat out. You can pick up on that by now.
Yeah, no, I gather that. I was also asking Dave because he said earlier the only reason I keep the red dragon is because he basically keeps this place running.
I'm gonna let it slide. Continue.
Take a rest and perhaps I'll open up the chute for you instead. Though I can't guarantee an easy landing that way.
Alright, so we'll take a rest then, I guess.
Yep.
Works for me.
Yeah.
But
Short or long?
You can take a long rest or short, your call.
I believe we just took one prior to coming in here, so I think we're already full and full spells, so...
Is this the stopping point?
In a moment. I have an
Okay.
epic ending.
I have,
You have an epic ending.
I have a dramatic ending, he said.
Dramatic ending.
I said epic, I didn't say dramatic.
He
Stop
definitely
when the
Oh.
words come out, Dave. God.
Dramatic.
he's not listening, I told you. You missed the dragon bit, now we're here.
How did I miss the dragon bit?
When I made my mindfuck comment, Dave was the target, by the way, if that wasn't obvious. We're gonna swap campaigns, he's gonna just get completely lost.
Oh, hey, I've got goldfish. Oh, they're stale.
Oh.
Good enough for the kid, not good for the parent.
Kid doesn't know any better. Alright, so we take a rest.
Yep.
You're certain you don't wish to take the path out. You would rather the chute.
Well, I'm always up to a challenge, but to be frank, the Shadow Lord is killing a bunch of people, so I think this is the most expeditious route.
Where does the chute end us?
Outside. how I dispose of the corpses, typically.
Maybe not the shoot.
We'll get you out there shortly.
Come on, guys. We could totally Jamaican bobsled team this. Just everybody jump on a shield and go.
You've made the decision. Don't back out now. One word of advice. Maintain your concentration. He walks over to a wall and pulls a lever, revealing a darkened passage. Step in, step in.
Kiss
Okay.
my egg.
Kicks leg.
Kiss my egg.
Oh.
The lucky egg.
Jesus, the dick's in everybody's ears tonight.
I don't think it's dicks anymore. I think it's just cum seeping in there.
What?
Dave caught that. Dicks and cum, and he was like, "What?" Yeah. Okay, step in. We basically got told don't back out, so
Alright, stepping in.
maintaining concentration.
Before I step in, I'm going to look back to the master. Just answer me one question, if you will. Why did you help the cult of eternal fire?
He pestered and gave me something I didn't have.
And that was?
Don't pry too much, boy.
Very well. Oh, also, is Brackus still naked?
No, I put on I had the robes of Palor on, and I still had my old robes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I'm back in my purple robes.
Then I will turn into a giant spider, once again fasten Rurik to myself, and go to the shoot.
Everybody in the room?
Everybody in the shoot.
See you later. I'll scry on your progress. Good luck. Don't forget to concentrate. And he pulls the lever, the door seals shut, and the floor gives way beneath you. As you all start to catapult down rapidly, you can feel floors and floors passing you by. A sudden sense of buoyancy seeps into each of you. Everyone give me a concentration check.
What would that be, my magic modifier? Or spellcasting ability?
Constitution modifier.
Constitution. I got a 10.
14.
Dave's dead.
Dead or fur. Should have just sold you to slavery.
Alright, as each of you your progress falling rapidly down starts to slow, except for Urfer, who continues rapidly falling. Everybody give me another concentration check.
Oh my god, if you die on this, and we could have just sold you into slavery, I'm gonna be mad as hell.
Any chance I could shoot a web at Urfer?
No, hold on, because then you're just gonna Gwen Stacy the fuck out of all of this, Spider-Man.
No, you cannot, because you have a body wrapped to you, you're tumbling rapidly, you can't aim.
Catch him with a web and snap his neck.
Your progress downward seems to slow even more. Urfer, you finally start to get that sensation of starting to slow. You're still rapidly falling, however. Another concentration check.
Lawrence, you're asking for 3 plus 10 rolls. That's
Yeah.
Just
Dave-
give him that one and
Hey,
start
Dave, didn't you
re-rolling.
have like 4 20s in a row after a session?
I did. It was ridiculous.
Also, can't you not get a nat 1? Isn't that why you rolled halfling?
Yes.
So,
Alright. Your descent slows even further. Who am I missing? Am I got everybody there? Yeah, okay. Everybody but Urfer, give me another check. Urfer, while your progress slowed tremendously, your speed was simply too great as you collide with the sandy ground, taking 10 points of damage.
that's where we find out that Belmar's actually been aiming to land on top of Urfer.
As everybody else continues to ascend, Trevok and Badger fail to slow themselves enough. And they each take 4 points of falling damage as they crash to the sand next to Urfa. Brackus and Belmar come to a gentle gliding stop, centimeters above the ground, and the buoyancy leaves them, and they land calmly on their feet. You find yourselves outside, staring up at the massive temple. A slat in the wall slowly closing from which you'd just been ejected. Full moon rests overhead. And you can, as you stand to your feet, brushing the dirty sand off, you hear howls coming from the night about. As you look into the night, you can see what appears to be rows of gnoll and wolf-like figures. Some of them skeletal, some of them flesh-like. You can see two figures behind the large band before you, wielding what appears to be cat o' nine tails with massive war spikes on their tips. A larger gnoll-like figure, near the size of a half-giant, looms in the darkness behind them. The howls ripple through the night, creating a sense of trepidation and fear within your very bones. It seems the gnolls were expecting you. Next time, find out what happens.
Oh.
Let's hope they're flammable.
Yeah, that's where Brachus goes fucking ham.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting.
Do we get experience?
Are you fucking serious?
We didn't do anything.
A 20-minute session by the time we got started. I was like, do we ding, guys?
Jesus Christ. You have 100 experience. How's that, Mike?
I'm happy.
Wait, just Mike?
No, everybody.
Oh, I'm not as happy, but still happy.
You know what? Everybody else can have 150. Mike's only gets 100.
Yes!
Oh.
Fuck you, Mike.
I'm totally taking it because
Because I said you could have it.
so far behind the other guys.
I know, I only need $4.5 grand. Ding.
Yeah, so we could have stopped with him, but figure we'll see how that goes. And now we're gonna face the Knolls. Are you ready to face the Knoll music? Find out in a month and a half.
Do you actually have Face the Knoll music?
Maybe.
Oh my god, it's just gonna be like an epic war, like a battle royale.
There's a lot of Knolls. Knoll Witherlings, Flins, Knoll Priests, and
Find
then whatever that massive figure is behind them.
find a hovel and camp until it's over.
How'd you do?
You're queued up, Brian, by the way. Don't know if you're gonna have a private combo with the missus.
Not gonna be private now. Welcome to the family.
Oh my god, so much AoE damage. Oh, I got a semi.
You don't even know how many gnolls there are in the rows that he...
He just said Rose, so I'm just imagining like Braveheart.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was going for.
Do you have Wall of Fire?
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Just be ready.
Wall of Fire, Gust of Wind. Gust of Wind the Wall of Fire towards more enemies.
Ah, dude, I'm gonna levitate like 60 feet up in the air. Fucking like Goku Kamehameha, just fucking rain hate.
Till the larger figure reaches up, grabs you.
Oh, it's a giant, isn't it? How tall are giants? They're not 60 feet, are they?
I don't know, last time we encountered one, you killed it with Phantasmal Killer in a heartbeat, so...
And that was only a hill giant. They tend to be shorter.
Mm.
But no, it's not necessarily a giant. I told you it looked gnollish.
Giant for a knoll and a giant are two different things.
No, it's a... I told you, it looms like a giant-like figure, but it looks gnollish.
Huh.
Yeah.
It's a golem gnoll made of other gnolls.
That's not a bad idea. But
Like
no.
like Voltron, but gnoll.
The arm is one knoll, the other arm is another knoll. He walks on a series of knolls.
One single knoll just crouches and forms a head.
One knoll is like within the body of other knolls. Move, move, move. It's knoll mech.
If you ever do that, you better have Al form the head on repeat the entire fight.
Oh boy.
Who's that dude from the Ninja Turtles? Krang?
Krang. Yep.
Brain.
Krang was amazing. So bad. Such a worthless villain, but so great.
Krang is not worthless. Krang was super genius.
It relied on Bebop and Rocksteady. Useless.
Hey, if it works for turtles, why wouldn't it work for those? Come on. Makes sense.
Sure.
They would have been badass, they just didn't have a Splinter to teach them. Think about it. You got a snapping turtle.
Well, they were
You
also
got a boar.
they were also human punks to start instead of turtles.
True.
Or the animals. They were
True,
just
true,
spliced
true.
with the
Well, it depends on which
well,
history
yes.
you're going with. I wasn't thinking that way, but that's a fair point. Depending on the history you go with.
What was my dude's name in this?
I was Baron Orsic.
Fulgrim.
You
Fulgrim,
were
right.
Fulgrim the Merciful.
Oh, we're changing over campaigns?
We had Wreck the Bringer of Peace.
Yep.
Jail and the Cats. Cade the Meek.
Oh,
I know this because of all my songs.
hide behind one person.
That's all it takes when you insult the bard.
I didn't insult you.
You never insult the bard. Now you know why.
What did I? What? Not drinking your wine?
Hey.
Oh, I did get
Wine
preached
is a
on
very
that.
personal thing too.
So
Especially when your bard is an alcoholic and you don't want to drink with him. Takes that shit personally, man.
So, Lawrence, since I just tied two things together, I see Cade with the claws of the Umber Hulk going very Thieves' Cant with the shovel direction. It's the more recent couple. Reynaldo with the shovel on the dragon.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I see it kind of ending up
Took
like
me a
that.
second to get you were going with the comic.
I don't know much how I'll handle that.
There's not much you can do to handle that.
I see it being a similar vein.
Hey, man, just go the route that they did. Fine, it works. Campaign's over.
Comic is
Fine,
so
your
good.
ritual works. Fuck it.
The DM gives up every other comic. Like, fuck it. You know what? Your plan works.
The blood seeps into you. All my merges to scale. You become Reynaldo Half-Dragon. And since Barrel Straza no longer terrorizes the realm, you win. That concludes the campaign. Enjoy your new dragon powers. Yeah. Did you read the latest one?
With the potions.
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
read it. That's awesome. Side effects include nausea, death, body odor, transforming into a horrible fish monster that longs for the cyclopean glory of the deep. So, do they let us breathe underwater? Gotta love the optimist of the group.
I really enjoy that there, and I think they said specifically, but that they're straight up like a carbon copy of Shovel Knight and the.
Oh yeah, I
from
picked up on
Darkest
that one
Dungeon.
real quick. Oh yeah. Picked up on that real quick. As soon as he got a shovel, I was like, "Oh, Shovel Knight."
Potion Master.
Hello, potions. Hello, potion seller.
Potion
I
seller,
am
that's
going
what it
into
is.
battle, and I want your strongest potions. My potions are too strong for you, traveler.
That video is so good.
Internet history right there. Lawrence, please tell me you've seen that.
I've never seen this. This is
Oh,
awesome.
dude, enjoy the full thing.
You cannot handle my potions.
I also feel like this is something Lawrence would do entirely.
I'm going into battle. This guy cracking up at himself helps it so much too.
That's when I start to lose it. It's like watching someone break during a SNL skit.
Sorry, I have to put some food away and say goodnight.
It's alright, I shared the potion seller video to pass the time.
You're a rascal. You're a rascal with no respect for knights. That's awesome. Thanks for sharing, man.
I don't know what it is. It's like very Monty Python-esque. It just geeks me out.
Understandable. I like how Dave has to mute because he doesn't know how to feed it to his headphones. That's why he's muted. Don't lie, Dave.
Ah, there we go.
What'd you say?
Mm-hmm. You had to pause the video, huh?
I did pause the video.
I know.
Why would you say?
Said you had to mute yourself because you haven't figured out how to feed it through your headphones.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. I actually also didn't know how to, like, make you guys softer.
And muting us makes us softer.
No, but that's all I know how to do, so that's what I do.
Hit your sound bar, select the option for your output.
All right, I'll be right back.
That's all it takes, Dave, to switch it over.
Or you can just turn us down on the volume mixer.
That too. I figured I'd give Dave the easy route.
There you go, Dave.
Alright, Baron 6 ready for duty. What do I have on him again? Ooh, I need a rest. Get some spark back. Shit.
That is nothing to do with volume.
Gives you another option to watch, another way to watch.
What else do I have? What do I have? What do I have?
Girls do often have those like little
Jesus, I need a short rest
thingies on their phone.
Wait, what?
Nope, not going there.
I was saying girls have those like pop-up things that like so they can hold their phone and like they don't drop it.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Dildos.
No, but I'm saying they could use their dildo instead of that pop-up thingy. Be funny.
Now I'm picturing Dave with this just a 10-inch Mike dildo just stuck to the back of his iPhone, sticking out of his pocket as he walks around.
So Mike and Sanborn shared a post from it says new cake purchase policy. Every cake request begins with "I'm gay and I need a marriage cake." Wait for a response. If they're actually accommodating, then you can say, "Actually, I just need a birthday cake for my son. I just wanted to make sure you weren't a piece of shit."
I've seen that. But honestly, if I was a cake seller and someone did that, I'd then refuse them service after that. Be like, "Nope, you're a piece of shit. Get out." People do not understand that ruling at all.
Wasn't the ruling was that they were a real dick to you because you're religious, so we need to review this? That was my understanding.
That's what people were hoping it was. What it ended up being was that because the government cracked down on them so hard, it ended up being that the government did not have the ability to discriminate against them because of that, and that the cake seller could not be forced to do a custom item for something that he sincerely held religious beliefs for. Essentially, he's not allowed to not sell it to them because they're gay. He's not allowed, but you can't. The law can't force you to perform a service because crafting a custom cake is a service, not a sale of goods. He can't be impelled to create something for something which is against his sincerely held beliefs, which is the legal term. And he wasn't refusing to sell them any of the cakes in his shop. He actually offered that. But he wasn't willing to make a custom cake for a gay wedding. Which, you can have your own personal opinion on it, but when you think about it, the law shouldn't have the ability to tell you, alright, I don't care what you believe in, you have to be able to do this special service for something or someone. And people have taken that and tried to blow it out of proportion and extrapolate it to things that it doesn't actually work for.
My response is as follows. Fuck the dude that runs the hardware store, though.
The hardware store?
Yeah, the one who saw the ruling and put back the sign that he once took down that said no homosexuals allowed or no gays allowed.
See, that's just fucking dumb.
Mm-hmm.
But that's also capitalism will put that guy out of business real fast.
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing is, like, you'll also see the supermarket cash register meme. They'll be like, "Oh, well, I can't check you out because of you have this, and that's against my beliefs. But if you go to that person, they can, but then they can't do this for you because they don't believe in that." None of that works because an employee doesn't have the ability to determine who the business does work with. That's outside of their scope of responsibility and power. There's a lot of little nuances to it that people are glossing over and completely ignoring.
Well, yeah, because...
And it's also a matter of what do you want the government to be able to tell you to do and what is right, and which one are you willing to accept? Because there's a lot of things that the government's shouldn't be allowed to tell you, right or wrong. Just because you think it's wrong for somebody to say no to something, do you really want the government to have the ability to tell you what your morals and ethics should be?
Very good point.
Don't want to get into legal debate, sorry.
So I was going to say, it's like you've argued with someone about this before.
I have. I think the baker has every right to refuse, but at the same point, I think it's short-sighted, narrow view, and a moronic decision for a businessman. Anywho,
All right.
switching DM seats now, back to my player seat. Hold on. Okay, I'm in my player seat.
Slightly less relaxed.
The pressure is on.
I don't know if pressure is what I would go with. So last
The
time...
fun is on?
Last session, I believe we were going to continue from you guys had just left the ruins and had beaten Marlos, and this was the time that Dave didn't wake up for his alarm, I believe. So you're outside the ruins now, standing on the in the mountainside.
The ruins outside the Black Earth Temple?
Outside the Black Earth Temple, or outside the monastery. You went back up through the monastery.
That's right.
So you're outside there, and that's where we left off. So Red Larch was about a 2-day march, mainly west of where you are. There's also the spire that you pass by, and there's plenty of open area around if you wanted to just ignore that and go fucking somewhere else.
If we're predictable, then you wouldn't have said it. I don't even remember what we were supposed to be doing.
We were dealing with. We just raided the Black Earth Temple. We killed the Medusa guy. I think you got the war pick.
He did get the war pick, yes.
I did get the war pick.
We were looking to descend. We ran into some kind of very ill-omened feeling and decided not to go down. I put it back on my high priest robes of the Black Earth Temple, and we marched our way back up through the temple at the monastery portion of the temple.
And we found the giants again, right?
Giants? I don't remember any giants.
I too don't remember any giants. What are you on about?
Yeah, what's that all about?
Did I really say a boot?
That was the closest I've ever heard you say
booted
that.
Hard.
Yeah.
You were booted very hard there.
I'll have to watch the video. Only I'm really conscious about that aren't the Yankees.
You were booted like crazy.
That's the worst I've ever heard you do that.
That's the hardest you've ever canned.
Yeah. Whenever someone makes that joke when I talk about you in like a story or something, I'm like, no, he actually doesn't do that, but there it was.
Now you know what that's all about. But what are you all about, Dave? What are these giants you speak of? I have no giants in my notes. No recollection thereof.
Remember when you, like, performed your way past giants?
No.
Pretty sure they were just guards at the gate.
Yeah.
Adam, can you back me up here?
I don't know any
There were no
giants.
giants that he performed past.
No?
There were the Duergar. I bumped into the room and then left them. There were cultist, priests, guard people.
There were a couple gargoyles.
Gargoyles, sure. The gargoyles almost killed me. I remember that. Cade's got the Umber Hulk claws now.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
Umber Hulk might be the closest to a giant, but that's not a giant or anywhere near it. The guards sometimes have rock armor.
The last giants I remember is in Lawrence's campaign when you were going for Lank's daughter before I was even there.
Yeah, I don't know any other giants, dude. You
All
have
right.
notes on giants?
No, I thought the giants were. I thought there were giants that you performed past that we. I don't know. Earlier in this campaign.
Alright, cool story.
Alright, so we just left the temple. We killed Marlos.
You killed Marlos, yes.
Anything else going on? So, what was it, Red Larch? I said we go back there.
It has been a while since you've been to town.
Yeah, so let's report back to the sheriff, deputy. What was that dude?
I have no notes on this campaign, so I got 0.
This was Mango Barrel and all that. Garland at the Tavern at the Helm of High Sun. Kaylessa runs the Swinging Sword.
Constable Hobberk.
Derek the Wastrel we ran into. Mango Barrel was the queer child molester of the girl.
I really hope that your in-person session of just like shit on you for this pre-made campaign.
I hope you do this whole RP thing where you encounter him again and you go full Chris Hansen and tell him to have a seat.
Hey, it's in my notes. That's all I can tell you.
And we met.
That's some fucked up notes, man.
We met Renwich.
A list of the elders: Elmuth the Walver, Elmuth Walver of Walver's Wagon Works, Barry Malago, a female of Malago Stoneworks of the Tannery, Ilmuth Walver, Alberi. I don't know any of these names, but
you know what I just
I have
remembered?
them written down under elders.
First off, Lawrence is really hard.
Yeah.
Secondly, we're gonna owe so much gold in Lawrence's campaign for the fucking wagon.
We don't know it's not there yet. Maybe he rode off.
Look.
No, we told him to stay.
We waited like 3 days.
You
in front
see
of
him
that
nodding? He's dead.
Yeah, we told him to stay, and he was like, "Alright." So we're gonna get back, and they're gonna be like, "So you owe us like 100 platinum." We're like, "What the fuck?"
And the death price.
And the death price, yep. Horcus Porcus is fucked. That's okay, because we've got Dave with his Salt Empire.
Which he hasn't started yet.
It's not a Salt Empire yet.
It will be, though.
One day.
Start selling shares of your future salt company.
I like how you were so embarrassed about it until other people talked to you and were like, "You could actually do this," and you were like, "Oh, all right, it's kind of cool now."
Future campaigns, you run into Urfer the Salt Merchant.
Yeah.
The second I mentioned it to Steve, he was like, "Tell me that Dave's going to be a salt baron."
He's gonna go full Tony Montana with the salt, start blowing multicolored lines.
Was it Steve that did that in school with powdered sugar for $1?
Yep. They had doughboys on like a Friday. Steve was like, I'll Scarface this for $1," and we were like, "Alright."
Bottom half of his face is white. It was awesome. Sure, Steve.
I don't
He never said it
remember
was awesome. He like screamed, it, like burnt his sinuses.
My
He
buddy
was
did
like,
that.
"Oh my god, it burns!"
My buddy did that with, I don't know what you guys call them. We call them rockets. I believe you guys call them Smarties.
Pixie sticks?
It was
I was thinking
basically
about
selling pixie
The hard,
sticks.
yeah, the hard candy. Those are Smarties.
Yeah, he crushed them up and fucking blew lines of that for fun.
I once did it in high school.
That
Pretzel salt. That was fun.
Pretzel salt?
Pretzel salt, yes.
Jesus Christ.
Why?
What's wrong with all y'all?
I've never snorted anything.
We know.
Well,
Dave.
on that, you're missing out.
Mm.
They got into a drug conversation the other day at work, like the younger guys, and they're like talking about what they've done, and I'm
Before you
just like,
continue, we're not recording, are we?